Yes, guys. I guess I'm doing a YouTube video. I was literally just walking on my treadmill, watching Mr. Beard Meets Food because I'm so food focused. I'm not. I just find him very entertaining, and his ability to put away food is just like absurd. I thought I haven't done a YouTube video in a while, so why not? So I'm gonna do kind of like a full day of eating slash training video slash day in the life, I think. I've got upper today. I'm 9 weeks into prep, I believe. 83.0 kilo as of this morning, which is a new prep low, and it's actually the lowest I've weighed ever since I was probably 18, and I'm 23 now, so yeah, it's been a while since I've been this light. The time is 7:55. I am just getting in like 2 to 3k steps first thing in the morning before I eat my first meal, which is not going to be pre. I'm going to have my first meal at 8, and then I'm going to have my second meal at 10, go and train around 10:45, 12:45, so 2 hours-ish. And I'm actually in work from 2 until 10:30. So that's the day's plan. Obviously I'm going to video my session, I'm going to mic up as well. And I'm training in JD gyms. I might get some weird looks from people thinking, why the fuck is this guy micing up for a JD gym session? But you gotta do what you gotta do, don't you? I'm 3 days out from the Marbella Classic, and no, that is not a competition, that is a holiday. Pretty excited for that. We've got upper today, lower tomorrow, rest Saturday, and then I'm training 4 days on the bounce when I'm out in Marbella. So it's probably not the most #optimal thing you can do, but that's what I want to do, so that's what I'm going to do. So I will see you at meal one. This is meal one. It's not the most attractive looking meal I've ever made, to be honest, but it is 200 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt, 150 grams of berries, 10 grams of almond butter, and 30 grams of whey. The time is 8:30 in the morning. Meal one has been consumed, and now I'm going for another quick little walk. Obviously the first walk was on the treadmill, but this is just a quick little loop around a lake right by my house, so that'll get me another like 2.5, 3k steps. And it's also a good opportunity just to kind of do a little update on myself. I think the last YouTube video I uploaded was in my pre-prep, so what's happened since then is I've obviously concluded my pre-prep. I think the lowest I got to in that was it was around like mid 83s. So I've pushed food back up and pushed body weight back up since then. I had like a 4.5, 5 month period of escalating food. Body weight went back up to around 88.5. So I put on about 5 kilo. It's like a kilo a month really over that period. While staying in good condition, I didn't like get fat or anything. So I was very sensible in that period. Obviously then started prep now. And I'm back down to 83. I'm actually lighter, so like I mentioned earlier, it's the lightest I've ever been. But I'm in much better condition now than I was at the end of the pre-prep, which is a good sign. And I feel a lot better, because that pre-prep I was cutting down from like 101 kilo. So the rate of loss was like 1.5 kilos a week for a lot of it. It did slow down to 1 kilo a week at the tail end, but still. We had to push a lot harder to get to this body weight last time. So the look was a lot like flatter, and like the condition just wasn't as good. So feeling a lot better this time round, which is kind of what the pre-prep was for, just to get me in a better starting position, which is exactly what it's done. In terms of where my food and stuff is at now, training day is at about 2.7. Non-training day is 2.3, 2.4, like it's around that. I have one high day every 8 days, which is 4,000 calories, 700 carbs, so that's lovely. I've got no cardio so far throughout this prep, so that's nice. Steps are only at 12.5k as well, so expenditure is pretty low, and I think that's a big reason as to why it feels so easy and why like my look is still remaining fairly fresh and I'm not looking like too flat yet. Obviously that will come and I'm ready for that when it does come, but yeah, it's been smooth sailing so far and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm like 13 weeks out from the first show, but the first show is kind of like a warm-up show. I don't really like using the word warm-up because I feel like it's disrespectful to the people that are doing that show as a main show, but the first show isn't going to be the main one that we're looking at in terms of how well I want to do and how like ready I'll be. So I'll probably be like 90 to 95% ready for that first show, and that's in about 13 weeks, and I kind of want to use that show one to just like break the ice. Obviously I've never stepped on stage before, so getting an opportunity to do it in a show that's not the main focus will just kind of give me a chance to experience it fully, build some confidence, get used to like the actual process. Obviously I've witnessed the process firsthand through Millie when she competed in 2023, but it's one thing to watch it through your partner, it's another thing to do it yourself. So yeah, using that show as a chance to kind of like get a feel for the actual competing. And then my first main show is around 18 weeks away, so I've still got a lot of time to actually get into stage condition, so that allows the rate of loss throughout the prep to be nice and slow, which means we don't have to push as hard, which means performance can stay high, and like the likelihood of retaining muscle is going to be higher because we don't need to push as hard, which is fantastic stuff. Do maybe 10-minute walk on the treadmill before my session, and that should take me like past half of my steps of the day before noon, which is ideal really. And the last like 6.5, 7k I'll get easily in work, so that kind of just takes a little bit of pressure off in terms of actually getting my targets done, because obviously finishing work at 10:30, I get home for about 11. I don't want to then have to cram in like 30 minutes of steps before midnight. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to be able to get home from work and just kind of wind down and go straight to bed. But yeah, gonna get home soon, cook pre, eat it. So I'll see you, well, you'll probably see my pre-meal, and then I'll see you guys in the gym. Right, we are back and we have part one of pre, which is, that probably is disgusting to a lot of people, but it's 250 grams of sticky rice, 175 grams of 5% beef mince, and some zero added sugar and salt ketchup with some salt. So this is part one, and then part two is a bagel with low sugar jam and some dark chocolate. After today, it's a bit of a manipulated session because I've had to move my split around a little bit to work around Marbella. Because yeah, I'm in Marbella only for 4 days, but I'd like to train every day I'm there, just to utilize the cool gyms they've got out there. So that's what I'm going to do. So my split this week has just been upper lower rest, and then I start my training on Sunday in Marbella. The session today is going to be a combination of what would be my typical pull session and my typical push session pushed into one. So I'm basically just going to take the main movements from each of those, cram them into one session. So main kind of highlights of the session will be incline Smith and barbell RDL. Going to get to the gym in about 15 minutes, take a healthy amount of caffeine, and then I'm going to crack on. But one thing I wanted to talk about while I was driving is kind of like body dysmorphia and how your perception, or how my perception on my physique fluctuates. Like, for example, I took check-in photos this morning and they look decent. Like, I'm relatively happy with them. But a lot of times, I've caught myself so many times, like I'll take check-in photos and initially I'll look at them and I'll think, oh yeah, these look good. and then let's say I go to post them on Instagram, I'll get onto the story page and I'll be looking at it, and I'll convince myself that they're not good, and I'll convince myself that, oh no, like these are actually shit, no one wants to see this, why should you put it on Instagram? And then I end up just not posting it. And it's just interesting how your kind of like perception of yourself can fluctuate, because obviously right now I'm probably the best I've ever looked in my life, effectively. Like, I'm the leanest I've probably ever been, and I hold a decent amount of muscle, but like I'm also someone who puts a fair amount of pressure on myself, and I'm always comparing myself to potentially like the best natural bodybuilders. So sometimes I find it quite hard to appreciate if I actually look good or not. Yeah, it's just interesting, like when you're in a prep, how you perceive yourself. And I think that's why it's very important to have a coach in your prep. No matter how much knowledge you have, or how much experience you have, or how much confidence you have within doing a prep yourself, having that external eye to kind of give a non-bias view on your physique and on your performance is so crucial. It just gives you that yeah, like I said, that unbiased viewpoint on your physique, because bodybuilding and like physique development is so subjective, you know. As much as, yeah, when I'm training I'm progressing or retaining weights, and that's probably the thing I enjoy most about bodybuilding, is the training and the chasing numbers and the progressing in that sense. As much as that is objective, in terms of the main part of bodybuilding, the most important part of bodybuilding, which is your physique and how you look and how you present it, it's in the eye of the beholder, you know. It's down to how you interpret it and how you perceive your physique. So that's something that I wouldn't say I've struggled with, but it's something that has definitely been eye-opening, and I feel like I've learned a lot about how I view myself, maybe as a person as well as a bodybuilder, throughout this prep, and how easy it is to overanalyze your physique and overanalyze yourself and second guess and stuff like that. And I think that just comes with being new to it as well. Like, I'm sure if bodybuilding is something I choose to stick with and I do multiple preps, that is a side of the sport that I'll get a lot better at with time. But I just wanted to speak about it because I feel like it's something that maybe isn't spoken about enough in the realm of bodybuilding. But in other news, in more important news, we are about 5 minutes out from the gym, so time to cut the camera, get some music on, and get in the zone. Do you know what I mean? Right, guys, so first exercise of the day is a vertical single arm lat pull down, focusing on the lower lats, because my lower lats are pretty weak, so we put them right at the start. Okay, so that was 8 reps each arm. I'm just going to do 2 sets in total. I'm not going to change the weight. I know a lot of people like to do a top set and a back off kind of style, but because I got 8 reps and they were controlled and executed well, there's no real need to drop the weight for the second set. I'm still working in kind of like an effective range. So second set, going to go same load. I'll probably drop like a rep, maybe 2 reps, but we'll see. First lat movement done, which is obviously keeping the upper arm nice and close to the body, driving into the hip. Now we're going to be looking at lower traps, mid-back, with a cable row. I'm going to allow a bit of body English here, just to get a little bit out of the erectors as well. It's not going to be a lot, and it's more fun. It's more fun, and I feel like I can put a little bit more load through my posterior when I allow a little bit more body English. Probably do a slightly cleaner back off, which is a little bit stricter, but it's safe, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it feels good. So that's my reasoning. The reason I've got 2 back movements to start is because my posterior is a decent bit weaker than my front. So basically my core musculature is a little bit weaker than my push musculature. So I prioritise that by putting it at the start of the session where I've got more energy and more potential for output. So that's the cable row done. Moving on to a side raise now, and then we've got our first main press of the session. Right, so first 2 back movements done into the lateral raise. So as you can see where the cable's set up, I actually do it at kind of like a nipple height raise. I feel like for me, it just takes away a lot of trap, especially on my left side. I've got quite an overactive trap, so when I'm coming from like a low to high, I feel like I don't get much stimulus out of the side delt and I get a lot through the traps. So doing it this way where it's just coming across like so, I feel it takes away from the trap and gets a lot on the side delt. Oh. Oh. Fucking hell. I think that was a bit ambitious weight-wise. It's like 4 shit reps. I think I accidentally went up 2 on the stack rather than 1. Holy smokes. But I'm still going to do the same weight for the other arm. But yeah. Yeah, I definitely went up 2 stacks rather than 1. Oh well. Right, as you can see, incline Smith. Just did 1 plate for a couple reps. Now we're on to 2. Top set, ideally I want 3 and a bit plates, but we'll see how it moves. 2 plates and a 15 now. This will be last warm up. So just a single. And then we get it cracking. Easy. Taking some inspiration from Mr. Tom Scott with the camera angle here. If you know, you know. But, elbow sleeves are going on now. I try and keep all like support things. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but like accessories that I use for the top set, I try and keep that off for all the warm-ups. It's the same with the hack squat. Like I'll keep my knee sleeves off until the top set. But yeah, they're going on now for the top set, just to add a little bit more confidence. So we got this weight for 4 last week. I'm going to keep the load the same and just try to get 5, but I feel good, so I think it's on. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, stay with me. Okay, yeah, my bar. Thank you. Oh. One more. Go on, lock out. Ooh, can you help me rack it? Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Right, so that was a rep up. So massive win. Massive win. Top set is done. Was a wrap up. So over the moon with that, considering we're in prep. So to still be able to progress, reps and load is it's really good. Execution didn't drop off either. So now we got the back off, which is 2.825 plates per side. I think it's 2 20s, a 15 and a 2.5. So whatever that equals. So it's a 5 kilo drop off per side. And if we can get like 8, be pretty happy with that, to be honest, but we'll see. Oh, fucking up. Christ alive. Oh, that last rep was tougher than it should have been. Fuck me. Oh, but creeped off the bench a little bit, I think. Oh, but we got the rep. And we got the amount of reps that I wanted, so we'll take it. Right, what's next? Lat row. Lat row is next, so I'll see you on the lat row. Oh, just the one set there. Again, lat focus, so keeping the arms nice and close to the body. Now we move on to pin loaded shoulder press, I believe. Again, like I said, it's a makeshift session today, so I'll have to check my sheet to see what I put down for it, but I think it's pin loaded shoulder press. So I'll see you there. Right lads, RDLs now. Did 2 10 for 5 last week. It wasn't the cleanest of sets, admittedly. Admittedly, is that the word? I don't know. But it wasn't the cleanest of sets, but we'll probably try to take the same load again and maybe add a rep, maybe clean it up. But we'll see how the warm-ups feel. I'm just going to base it off how the warm-ups feel. If the warm-ups feel like shit, I'll drop the load a little bit, but we'll see. Right, 180 will be the last warm-up, and this will kind of gauge and judge what I do for the top set. So I kind of approach this as if it is the top set, try and make it move as well as I can. But you should approach every warm-up like that, just to build confidence. Oh! Oh, let's fucking go. 1 rep up. Oh, fuck. I had the Pompey Ham Zimmer remix thing playing. So it's impossible to have a bad set when that's blasting in your headphones and you're fucking amped up to fuck on caffeine. Woo. Right, now it's time to smash out some arms real quick because I'm a little bit tight for time. So I don't think I'm going to record the arms because it's boring anyway, so I'll probably see you back at home. Oh, and just like that we are back in the car. So yeah, didn't record any of my arms because I'm in a little bit of a rush, to be honest. So I underestimated how much time it takes just setting up your phone and making sure that your mic is on and it's connected and all of that stuff. So the session took a little bit longer than intended, so I just didn't bother recording the arms. I did film posing. I think I'm going to play it by ear in this little gap while I'm driving home and just giving a post-session summary. So yeah, it was a fantastic session, to be honest. I really thoroughly enjoyed And it just goes to show you don't need to be in an amazing gym to have an amazing session. Like, the equipment in JD gyms is, for bodybuilding, in terms of bodybuilding, is naff, but it's still load that you put in your body through, you know. So session was fantastic, really good pump, progressed on everything, I think, which is ideal. Post-workout shots I haven't even had a look at yet, so whatever you're seeing on the screen, I don't even know if it looks good or not, but because I just didn't have time to look over them, I've literally stripped my clothes off, posed, whack my clothes back on, and just sprint to the car, because I've got about an hour to get home, cook 2 meals, eat my post-workout, so cook 3 meals essentially, shower, and get to work, which is back where I've just come from. So yeah, running a little bit tight on schedule, but yeah, that's upper in the books. Legs tomorrow, and then rest day Saturday, and then I'm off to Marbella. So I might potentially end the video here. This might be the outro, because I can't really show you the rest of the meals I've got, because I'm going to be in work anyway eating them. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll touch on what the actual meals are. So I've got cream of rice and whey for post-workout with some frozen berries. Then I've just got a chicken wrap with veg and some fruit, and then I've got a chicken bagel with some veg. So there you are, you're not missing out on much. That's the end of the video. Road to Stage series episode summing 5, 6, whatever it is, and I will catch you in the next one, which will be in the land of Marbella. Peace out.